Hello dear kids, welcome back to the social studies class, and today we are going to learn a new chapter from geography, that is India, climate, natural vegetation and wildlife. Okay. In this chapter we will learn why India has varied climate and the factors that affect the climate of India, and about the cycle of seasons, and about the distribution of annual rainfall, and about the types of natural vegetation in India, then how forest and wildlife are important. So here you can see the mind map: India, climate, natural vegetation and wildlife. First and foremost, we will learn about the factors affecting the climate of India, and then we will learn about the cycle of seasons like winter, summer, advancing and retreating monsoon, and we will move further towards natural vegetation. Among this, we will learn about the tropical evergreen forest, tropical deciduous forest, thorn forest, mountain forest, and also the tidal forest. And at the end of the lesson, we will learn about the wildlife and how can we conserve the wildlife in India. Okay? And do you know, while visiting different parts of India, you must have noticed that the variations in types of houses, then trees, crops grown, and even the dresses of the people. And do you think why this is so? What is the reason behind it? And shall we go for a journey to understand the various types of climate, weather and the lifestyle of people living in all over our country. So some friends are waiting for us, and so without wasting much time, let's go.
Hi Diviners, my name is Angelina. I'm from Kashmir. So here is very snowy and the snow is very cold, and if you see, the snow is white and it's very cold here. So everyone, if you can, please come here. I'm hoping to see you. Bye.
Hello Divinites, myself Sahiba Masood and I am from Uttar Pradesh. I am here to tell you the climate of Uttar Pradesh. I would love to say that we Northeast are blessed to have experienced all the seasons, be it summer, winter, spring, autumn or rainy. At present, we are enjoying this beautiful winter season, a season of endless holidays.
Hello friends, my name is Emu Sonaraka. I am studying in class 4 at the Mangrove School. Right now it's very cold over here. This is how we dress. Hello friends, I am Meghna from Assam. I am studying in class 2 at the Mangrove School. It's very cold over here. This is how we dress. Hello friends, I am Chamak. I am studying in Divine Providence School. Right now, it's very cold over here. This is how we dress. Thank you.
Was it really mesmerizing, right? Yes. We are lucky to have friends all over India, right? And also we are lucky enough to have a country with unity in diversity. And do you know, the diversity that we notice in the way of the life of the people mainly occurs due to the varied climatic conditions which prevail in different parts of the country. And the climate of a country is an important element that influences the life of its people. And it's also directly responsible for the type of natural vegetation and wildlife found in different regions. So let us begin the chapter with the first topic: factors affecting the climate of India and the climate variations in India. And climate, what do you mean by climate? Yes, climate refers to the average weather condition of a large area over a long period of time. But whether it's for a short period of time, it may change at any time. And India experiences great regional differences in climate. Okay, And this is because of its vast latitudinal extent and varied landform features. Okay, and some places are extremely hot. We know the climatic zones, right? Torrid zone, temperate zone, and frigid zone. So this is what latitudinal extent. So India also experiences great regional differences in climate just because of this latitudinal extent and also the varied landform features. Okay, and some places are extremely hot while some are very cold. Like coastal places such as Mumbai and Kochi have a moderate climate, and there is a little difference between summer and winter temperatures. On the other hand, places situated far away from the sea such as Delhi and Lucknow have extreme climate with hot summers and cold winters. The annual rainfall in Monsoon in Meghalaya is the highest in the world. The annual rainfall in Monsoon in Meghalaya is the highest in the world, while some places in the Thar desert receive extremely scanty rainfall. Okay, and in spite of these differences, the climate of India can be broadly described as tropical monsoon type. Remember, the climate of India is broadly or can be broadly described as tropical monsoon type. Okay, and do you know the term monsoon has been taken from the Arabic word? What is that word? Mausim, which means season. Okay, remember these things. And let us see the factors affecting the climate of India. As we know, India's climate is controlled by number of factors. What are they? We have learned it. Yes, the first one is latitude, then the Himalayas and the surrounding seas, then the altitude and relief and seasonal winds. These are few factors which control the climate of India. So as we said, the first one is latitude. Let us see how the latitude affects the climate of our country. The Tropic of Cancer. The Tropic of Cancer, is it 23.5 degree north or south? Yes, it is north. The Tropic of Cancer passes almost through the center of India and dividing the country into two halves. First is the southern part of the country, that lies in the tropical zone, and the northern part of the country lies in the temperate zone. So southern part is in tropical zone and northern part is in temperate zone. So the latitude affects the climate of the country. And the second is the Himalayas. The lofty Himalayas along the northern parts of India. So the lofty Himalayas along the northern part of India stand as a barrier against the bitterly cold winds coming from the Arctic region. Okay, so it is just stopping the cold winds from the Arctic region, and thus they act as a climatic divide separating the two distinct climatic regions of Central Asia and India. If you are moving Central Asia, it is heavy, too cold, and while we are coming towards India, so there is a division just because of the position of the Himalayas in between. And they also trap the monsoon winds. Forcing them, shedding their moisture within India. And the next is surrounding seas. As we know, India has a long coastline. While we are moving to the western portion, we can see the Arabian Sea. While we move to the eastern part, there we can say Bay of Bengal. In the southward portion, it is Indian Ocean, right? And so the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal have a moderating influence on the climate of the coastal areas. And the interior parts, which are far away from the seas, have extreme climate. We said about the Mumbai and Delhi. Mumbai, it is nearby the coastal regions, so they experience the moderate climate, while the Delhi is the interior part of India. So it experiences the extreme climate. And the next is altitude and relief, the height above the sea level. Relief means different landforms. And there is a fact we learn, the temperature decreases with height. Yes, and therefore hill stations such as Shimla and Mussoorie, being situated at high altitudes, are colder than the places in the plains which are situated on the same latitude. It may be in the same latitude, but the height is different. So the high areas always experience colder temperature. Yes, and for example, if you come to the peninsular India, southern parts of India, there are hill stations such as Kodaikanal and Udagamandalam. Udagamandalam is the name of Ooty. Okay, so which have cool climate, although they are quite close to the equator. They are close to the equator, and as we know, the equator and the regions are very hot, torrid zone. But this area, this Kodaikanal and Udagamandalam, they have cool climate because of the height, because of the altitude. And the next is the relief, physical features. The relief of our land also results in variation of rainfall. For example, the western slopes of the Western Ghats get very heavy rainfall, but the places to the east of the Ghats receive low rainfall as they lie in the leeward side of the mountain. Leeward side, it is also known as the shadow area. And do you know what is another side? Yes, the other area is known as the windward side. Windward side, where they receive or they faces the wind. The places which faces the wind is known as windward side, and the opposite side, shadow region or leeward side. Okay, and the next is all about the seasonal winds. Seasonal winds also create a lot of changes in our climate. In winter, the northeast monsoon winds blow from land to sea and are thus dry. The wind which blows from land to sea, always dry. But in summer, the southwest monsoon winds blow from sea to land. Okay, it carries a lot of moisture and humidity, okay, causing heavy rainfall. So temperature and air pressure conditions vary over different parts of our country, giving rise to difference in local climate. And for example, in winter, the northeast monsoon winds blow from land to sea and are thus dry, and in summer, what said, the southwest monsoon winds blow from sea to land, causing heavy rainfall. Okay, and so this is what the difference, or this is what the seasonal winds creates difference in the climate of India. Now let us move to the next topic, that is the cycle of seasons. And there are four major seasons in India, namely winter, summer, monsoon and retreating monsoon, or advancing monsoon and retreating monsoon. First and foremost, let us see about the winter. Here you can see the map, winter climatic conditions in India. Winter in India starts from early December and continues till the end of February. So remember, from early December till the end of February is the time for the winter season in India. And January is the coldest month. January is the coldest month, and the average temperature is low and decreases from the south to the north of the country. Okay, so it is low and decreasing from south to north. If you are going from here, we can have a moderate climate, but while we are reaching to the top northern part of our country, the climate is very extremely cold. And during this season, because of low temperature, a high pressure area develops over the northern plains. And we know wind blows from high pressure area to low pressure area. Okay, this is the fact. Wind blows from high pressure area to low pressure area. and the cold air contains less pressure. Let us see. And a cold air contains high pressure. Okay, the high pressure, just because of the low temperature over here, high pressure area develops over the northern plain here, and light winds blow out from this region or high pressure area. From high pressure areas, the wind will come to the low pressure areas. Since these winds are blowing from the land, they are dry, yes, and thus the weather in the winter season is fine with clear skies, bright sunshine and low humidity. Okay, so just because the wind which is blowing is coming from the land, so it is dry, and the weather in the winter season is fine and also with clear skies, bright sunshine and low humidity. And in northern India, however, there is a light rainfall during winter. This is caused by the cyclonic storms which originate in the Mediterranean Sea from here, which originate in the Mediterranean Sea and travel towards India. Okay, and these winds are called the western disturbances. Okay, the cyclonic winds which is blowing from Mediterranean Sea to India is known as western disturbances. They cause heavy snowfall in the higher slopes of the Himalayas and rainfall in the plains. Sometimes they result in cold wave in northern India. Okay, and the Coromandel coast in Tamil Nadu here, the Coromandel coast in Tamil Nadu also gets some rain in winter brought by the northeast monsoon winds. These things. Okay, and these winds blow from land to sea and are generally dry. From here, from land to sea, and these are mainly dry. But while crossing the Bay of Bengal here, while it is crossing the Bay of Bengal, they pick up what? Moisture. And when they strike against the coastal Tamil Nadu, they cause heavy rainfall. You can see here these blue lines are marked, or these black lines here you can see the arrow marks. These arrow marks are northeast monsoon winds. Here it is mentioned. Okay, these are northeast monsoon winds. And what is this blue? Blue lines are over here. This is known as what? Isobar. Do you know what is isobar? Isobars are lines on a map connecting points that have the same atmospheric pressure. So all these areas are having same atmospheric pressure. So this is what? Isobar. And these arrow marks are known as what? Northeast monsoon winds. Okay, so why they are getting in northern plains of India, they are getting some sorts of rainfall just because these winds are western disturbances are coming from the Mediterranean Sea to the plains of India. It causes rainfall over here. And how we are getting in the southern India, the parts of Tamil Nadu also getting some sorts of rain. How actually it is coming from the eastern parts of India. And here also you can see the northeast monsoon winds. Normally it is coming from where? Land to sea. When it is blowing, the wind which blows from land to sea, what is the speciality? It is dry, right? But while crossing the Bay of Bengal, it picks up some moisture. And when it strikes against the coastal Tamil Nadu, it causes heavy rainfall over here. Okay, so this is what the winter climatic conditions in India. And now we will learn about the summer next. And here also you can see the map. Summer climatic conditions in India. As we know, these red lines are isobars and these brown arrow marks are known as southwest monsoon winds. Let us see. Summer starts from next, that is after February, it is March. Okay, so summer starts from March and continues till May. Till May, and in some places even till June. The northern plains record the highest temperatures here. Northern plains records the highest temperature, almost 35 to 40. It's not 40 in Delhi and all. Sometimes it will come across 50 and above. Okay, so around 35 to 40 degree. It's average. Hence, it is a zone of low pressure. Okay, as we know, where the temperature increases, the pressure, air pressure will decrease or increase. It is decreases. Okay, when the temperature increases, pressure decreases. When the temperature decreases, pressure increases. Okay, this is a fact. So here it is too hot, hence it's a zone of low pressure. And we know the wind will blow from high pressure to low pressure area. The Deccan Plateau is comparatively less warm due to its altitude and the influence of the sea. Here you can see. And during the season, several local storms occur in different parts of India. Hot, dry and dusty winds called Lu blow over the northern plains. So hot, dry and dusty winds blow over the northern plains is known as Lu. And Kal Baisakhi. Kal Baisakhi occurs in West Bengal and Assam. These are thunderstorms. Kal Baisakhi means these are thunderstorms accompanied by heavy rainfall. Mango showers occur along coastal Kerala and Karnataka. Mango showers occur along the coastal areas of Kerala and Karnataka during summer, and these mango showers help in the early ripening of mangoes. That's why it's known as mango showers. So let us see, just because of the high pressure, high temperature, the air pressure decreases in the northern plains of India. So this is what the southwest monsoon, southwest, since it is coming from the southwest direction, it's known as southwest monsoon winds. So it blows from here and causes Kal Baisakhi over where in Assam and West Bengal, right? And what happened in the, what is happening over here in Karnataka and Kerala? So it causes another one rainfall. It is known as mango showers because it helps in the early ripening of mangoes. So it's known as mango showers. Okay, so this is what summer climatic condition. And also we learned about a hot dry wind blows over the northern plains or the northern parts of India. That is known as what? Lu. Okay, remember those things. Now let us learn about the next, that is monsoon season. Two types, advancing monsoon and retreating monsoon. So first and foremost we will learn about the advancing monsoon. This season starts from June and continues till the end of September. Okay, and by the end of May, northern and northwestern India becomes extremely hot. As a result, the low pressure zone over this region becomes very strong. The seas are comparatively cool during this time. Therefore, they are areas of high pressure. And winds from the high pressure areas are attracted towards the low pressure area. And blowing over the Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, these winds carry a lot of moisture. And they strike against the mountain and hills. And they cause heavy rainfall over India. Since these winds enter India from the southwest, they are called southwest monsoon or the advancing monsoon. Okay, so since it is entering from where southwest, where southwest means from down, Bay of Arabian Sea and all. So southwest monsoon, or it is also known as the advancing monsoon. Most parts of India receive rainfall during this season. And what about retreating monsoon? And the month of October and November are known as the retreating monsoon season. when there is a withdrawal of the monsoon winds from India. Withdrawal, going back. And by October, as the temperature starts dropping down, what will happen? When the temperature decreases, pressure will increase. The low pressure zones in North India becomes very weak and cannot attract the monsoon winds at all. Thus, the southwest monsoon winds begin to retreat or go back gradually, and by early November they withdraw completely from India. Okay, and the retreating monsoon season is a period of transition from hot, humid summer to cool, dry winter. It's a change, transition in our climate. Okay, from where? From the hot, humid summer to cool and dry winter. So it is marked as by clear skies and oppressive weather. Oppressive means very harsh due to high heat and humidity, this transition time. And this is commonly called October heat. This phenomena is known as October heat. And from November onwards, the temperature starts to fall. The low pressure areas shift from the northern India to the Bay of Bengal. The sudden change in pressure conditions gives rise to tropical cyclones. What is tropical cyclones means? It's a formation of a region of low pressure at the center and the occurrence of thunderstorm, strong winds and heavy rain. Okay, these tropical cyclones happen, or it give rise to tropical cyclones over where? Over Bay of Bengal. Okay, so what will happen then? They strike the coastal Tamil Nadu, because it's coming from where? East to south, right? So they strike coastal Tamil Nadu, then Andhra Pradesh, Odisha and Ganga Brahmaputra Delta, causing widespread damage to life and property. We experienced recently, right? And in the annual cycle of seasons, remember, in the annual cycle of seasons, which is the most important? Is it summer? Is it winter? Or is it monsoon for India? Yes, monsoon is most important for India. Why? Because agriculture is directly influenced by monsoon. If there is no rain, there is nothing to grow, nothing will grow, nothing to eat, right? Drought will be there. So agriculture is directly influenced by the rain, monsoon. Since majority of the Indian people depend on agriculture for their livelihood, the monsoon becomes a unifying factor in their lives. Okay, they cannot imagine a world without rain. And India, being an agricultural country, her economy is greatly influenced by monsoon or the rains. And now we will move to the next, that is the natural vegetation of India. Here you can see the map. By seeing the different colors over here, you can identify India has a wide variety of natural vegetation. So here 1, 2, 3, Himalayan dry temperate, Himalayan moist temperate, then subtropical moist plain, then subtropical dry evergreen, then tropical semi-evergreen, then tropical dry evergreen, then tropical wet evergreen, tropical moist deciduous, then tropical thorn, subtropical broadleaf hill, then tropical dry deciduous, then tropical deciduous, mountain wet temperate. Many are there. So all these colors express or depicts different variety of natural vegetation in India. So let us learn about this variety of natural vegetation and the types of trees over here. And as we know, India has a wide variety of natural vegetation. This is mainly because of two factors. Why we have this much? There is two main factors. One is variation in the amount of rainfall. The amount of rainfall which a place receives, and the variation in the landform features, hills and mountains, landform features. The major part of the original vegetation cover and however has been removed to meet the demands of for more land, farmland and human habitation. And now let's see the major vegetation types of India. What are they? Mainly tropical evergreen forest. The first one is tropical evergreen forest, then tropical deciduous forest, then thorn forest, mountain forest and tidal forest. So these are the main natural or vegetational types of India. Let us see the first one, tropical evergreen forest. These tropical evergreen forests are also called tropical rainforest. Remember, tropical evergreen forests are also called tropical rainforest. They are found in the areas with more than 200 centimeters of annual rainfall and a short dry seasons. Which are the areas? Let us see. The rainforests are found in the western slopes of the Western Ghats. Okay, western slopes of the Western Ghats, then parts of West Bengal and Odisha. Here, these areas. Okay, and the northeastern states at the Andaman and Nicobar Islands over here. Andaman and Nicobar Islands will be over here. Okay, so these are the areas. Let us see once again. The rainforests are found on the western slopes of the Western Ghats, in parts of Bengal and Odisha, then the northeastern states and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. And what is the speciality? What is the characteristics of these types of forest? The trees in the rainforest shed their leaves at different times of the year. It sheds the leaves. Hence, these forests appear evergreen. It's not all together. Okay, sometime this area, one area, it will shed, but other area will remain as green. When here it is shedding, other area will remain covered with the leaves. So it appears evergreen. So they are very dense. These forests are very thick, dense. And the trees are tall and of the hardwood type. It's of hardwood type. And they have a broad leaves, very big leaves, and that form a canopy. You know what is canopy? It's just like an umbrella. If you go to the dense forest and if you look up, you can see nothing. It's very rarely you can see the sky parts. So the top portion is known as what? Canopy. And it prevents the sunlight from penetrating deep into the forest. Okay. And a number of species grow in the same area, different types. Then there is a thick undergrowth of shrubs and creepers. If you are coming to down portion of this forest, it's very thick shrubs and creepers are there. And ebony, mahogany, then rosewood and cinchona are the common trees over here. Okay, and let's move to the next forest, that is tropical deciduous forest. Okay, they are also called monsoon forest as they are very typical of regions with a monsoon climate. So it's known as what? Monsoon forest. And they are found in the areas with the annual rainfall between 100 to 200 centimeters with a long dry season. They should get long dry season and also the rainfall has to be between 100 to 200 centimeters. And where we can find the areas of this tropical deciduous forest in India, monsoon forests are found on the eastern slopes of the Western Ghats. Eastern slopes of the Western Ghats and northeastern parts of the Deccan Plateau. Here, northeastern parts of the Deccan Plateau and the northern plains and the foothills of Himalayas. In the foothills of Himalayas over here and over here. Okay, these are the areas where we can find the tropical deciduous forest. And the speciality, characteristics? Yes, the trees shed leaves for 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, the trees shed the leaves for 6 to 8 weeks during the dry season. However, each species has its own time of leaf shedding, and so the forests never look absolutely bare at any time. There is a time. time for leaf shedding. And these forests are also quite dense. Tropical deciduous forests also quite dense with undergrowth, but the trees are shorter and more widely spreaded than the rainforest. Okay, in the rainforest the trees are very tall and very hardwood type, right? Here the trees are very short, but it is spread. Okay, economically these are the most important forest. Why? Some trees like teak, sal, sandalwood, bamboo, then shisham and mahua, these are very costly trees. These trees are common in this deciduous forest. And what about the thorn forest? Thorns, yes, they are found in the areas with less than 100 centimeter of annual rainfall. Areas, as of course, thorn forests are found in Rajasthan, Gujarat, Punjab, Haryana, and drier parts of Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, and Deccan Plateau. Okay, and the characteristics, these trees, the trees in this forest are very short and widely scattered. It's not so thick, it's scattered, and they have adapted to withstand dry conditions. And they have long roots. These trees have long roots which enable them to obtain water from deep below the ground. Okay, if it does not have, it will not remain back, right? Since it have long roots, it was able for them to obtain water from deep below the ground. And their leaves are thorny or fleshy or thorny leaves, which help to reduce the loss of water. Okay, and acacia, babool, then khajur and kikar are common in these areas of moderate rainfall, while thorny bushes and shrubs are found in the drier parts. And the next is mountain forest. They are of mixed deciduous and coniferous. It's a mixture of deciduous and coniferous type, and the tree types change with altitude. If the height is more and more, the altitude is high, then what will happen? The shape of the trees will change. Okay, so let us see the areas. The forests are found on the slopes of the Himalayas, Jammu and Kashmir, then Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh. Do you know the speciality? Yes, the characteristics. While we are talking about the characteristics, the deciduous forest, we know the deciduous forest, the forest in which trees shed their leaves during the dry season, right? And these deciduous forests are found at the foothills of the Himalayas, down portions of the Himalayas. Like sal and bamboo are important trees of this region. And between 1000 meter and 1600 meter temperate deciduous forests you can find, consisting of oak, then chestnut and chip. These types of trees can be found. And between 1600 meters to 3300 meters above, you can see the coniferous trees such as pine, deodar, cedar, spruce and silverfir are found. And above 3300 meters height, only alpine shrubs and grasslands can be seen up to the permanent snow line. Okay, and do you know what is the speciality of this coniferous forest? It is conical in shape. Why? Just because it's letting the snow to slide down. Okay, because the shape is in the conical, it lets the snow to slide down. And the next is tidal forest. They are also called mangrove forest. Tidal forest is also known as mangrove forest. Mangrove means which can be found in delta regions, mainly in the Sundarban delta and all. Okay, Ganga, Brahmaputra, Sundarban delta. And these tidal forests are found along the eastern coast in the large deltas formed by Ganga, Brahmaputra, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri rivers of these areas. Okay, and mangrove trees can survive in both fresh water and salt water. That is the speciality. Even in the salt water and also in fresh water, these trees can grow. And these trees have special roots called breathing roots. Yes, and Sundari is the most common tree in the tidal forest. Just because of the availability of the Sundari trees, it is known as what? Sundarban. Okay, and the Sundarban forest of the Ganga Brahmaputra delta have been named after this tree, Sundari tree. Okay, so these are all about the forest. And do you know what is the importance of forest? What is the importance? Why it is necessary forest? So forests are important to us in a number of ways. Let us see. Forests provide us with plenty of useful products. Out of which timber is the most important, right? And other products like what? It include lac, resin, then gums, medicinal herbs, fruits, then dyes, honeys, then cellulose, grasses and leaves, so on and so forth. And they help in maintaining the ecological balance. This forest help in maintaining the ecological balance by absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. And we absorb or breathe in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. And the forest prevents soil erosion by binding the soil with the tree roots. It holds. The roots holds the soil. And in this way, floods are also controlled. Just because of the presence of the trees, floods can be controlled. And another one uses forest increase the moisture content in the air, moisture content, humidity, and they also provide natural habitat for wildlife, home for wildlife. Okay, and we are moving to the last topic of the chapter, that is the wildlife. And here in the map, in this map you can see the national parks and wildlife sanctuaries of India. And India has a rich variety of wildlife. Let us see some of the famous species which are found in our forest. Okay, the tiger is the national animal of India, and it is commonly found in the foothills of the Himalayas and yes, the Monsoon forest in central and the southern India, as well as the Sundarban forest in the Ganga Brahmaputra delta. And next is elephants. Elephants are common in the forest of peninsular India and Assam. And the Asiatic lion is now found only in the Gir forest of Gujarat. And the marshy forest of Assam and the northwest Bengal are the natural habitat of one-horned rhinoceros. Okay, and leopards. Leopards are found in the forest all over India, and the snow leopard is found only in the Himalayas. And the Indian bison, known as gaur, is found in the Chota Nagpur plateau here, and in the peninsular region here, peninsular area. And different species of deer, antelopes and monkeys are found in various parts of our country. And a variety of reptiles like snakes, crocodiles and alligators are found in ponds, rivers and marshes. And our country is a home to more than 1,000 of species of birds, thousands of species of birds. And the most famous among them are the peacock, or our national bird, and kingfishers, and pheasant, ducks, pigeons and cranes. These all are the variety. And here you can see in this map, these two, this is only the important, many are there, but I have mentioned only few. So bird sanctuary here too, that is Nal Sarovar and Chilka. And biosphere reserves, here you can see the Kanchenjunga, then Sundarban, Pachmari, then Pachmari it is, and Agastyamalai, all these are. National Park, Dechigam, Salimali, Valley of Flowers, Jim Corbett, then Sariska, Kaziranga, then Indravati, then here Bhagavan Mahavir, Nagarhole, Bandipur, Silent Valley, many of them. Okay, but we have to conserve our wildlife, right? How can we conserve? The wildlife of our country has dwindled to a great extent in the past decades due to reckless hunting or reckless felling of trees and killing of animals and birds. Reckless means without thinking about the consequences. And many species like the tiger, musk deer, then great Indian bustard and one-horned rhino have become endangered. What is endangered? Endangered means the species whose numbers have been reduced to a critical level. Yes, and it is therefore the duty of every citizen to conserve wildlife. And the government of India has set up a number of national parks, then wildlife sanctuaries and bird sanctuaries for this purpose. And it has started a project, that is Tiger and Project Rhino, which are special efforts to protect these endangered animals. To spread awareness about wildlife in India, the first week of October is observed as a wildlife week every year. Okay, to spread awareness about the wildlife, how to protect the wildlife, what is the use of or the necessity of protecting this wildlife. In India, we celebrate the first week of October as Wildlife Week every year. Okay, so let us have a recap of our chapter. In the beginning, we have learned about the type of climate. So India experiences tropical monsoon climate, but there are great regional variations. And the factors, we learned about the factors which affect the India's climate. What are they? They are latitude, then the Himalayas, the surrounding seas, altitude, relief and seasonal winds. And we know there are 4 major seasons in India: winter, summer, advancing monsoon and retreating monsoon. And the natural vegetation of India can be grouped into 5 major types. And the first is coming under 5 types of forest. First is the tropical evergreen forest, second is deciduous forest, then the thorn forest, mountain forest and the tidal forest. And we learned about the importance of forest. Yes, the forest provides us with valuable products and also maintain the ecological balance. And at the end, we learned India has a rich variety of wildlife, and to conserve it, the government has set up national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. So please learn this lesson well. Take care. All the best. Bye bye.